you also are you also not able to see?
No, ma'am.
All of you cannot see. Is it just the three of you in here?
Ma'am, we all can't see.
Okay, maybe I need to leave and join again. I'm just gonna try time and
Now we can see.
oh, okay, cool. Everybody's able.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, cool. Thank you, guys. So we're gonna start with this question two over here, and I see there's more of you. So I previously asked, what is it that you guys are busy at school? But it's okay now that I've picked this one over here. I think it's gonna be perfect for everyone. Let's continue. Um, so let's see. We have question two over here. They say James and Wendy character. Guys, make sure that your mic is muted all the times. Ne? Because I think that might be muted. I think it's muted now. Oh, okay. James, a Wendy House contractor, needs to build a Wendy House for Mr. Jonas, which he wants to use to store his tools. And then they say the picture or the pictures and diagrams shows the dimensions of the Wendy house. All right. And this is how the Wendy house looks. And then these are the dimensions of the Wendy house over here. And let's see over here. And the dimension, they said the door is 900 millimeters multiplied by 2.1 meters, right? And then the window is 1.5 meters by 1.2 meters. Okay. And there we have like the length, the height, and the roof height and everything, right? And let's go down with it. They say identify the shape, or the shape of the face with the window and door. Which one is it? It's this one over here. This one over here. I'm not sure if you can see, but they want the shape of this. What is this shape?
Ma'am, I can't hear you.
What?
Ma'am,
Sorry,
I
guys.
can't hear you.
Everyone cannot hear me. Enough. Hear me?
Ma'am, I can. I also can, ma'am.
Okay. What shape is this?
A rectangle, ma'am.
A rectangle. How did you decide on that?
Ma'am, like it has like two equal sides which are like vertically opposite, like the same length, né? And then across, like horizontally, they're like short.
Okay, so the shape that they want to know of is this one over here with the door. Let me try to use like a red. Is this one over here? It's this one over here and this. They want that shape, right? So if you look at the dimensions, they're saying that from here to here is what? It's 3,000 millimeters. 3,000 millimeters. And then again, they're saying even the side is 3,000 millimeters. So what shape is this? A shape with equal sides. What do you call shape? That's what do we call a shape with same sizes?
Ma'am, for equal sides, then it's a square.
Perfect. So that means our answer for this is going to be square because equal sides are square, right? So that means the shape is going to be square. Now let's move to the second question, which is the last question based off these. They say show that the length of the house is 3 meters. So they want you to show us that the length of the house is 3,000 uh, 3,000 sorry, it's 3 meters. How are we going to do this?
Ma'am, don't you just divide it by 1,000?
Yes, so we're going to divide the 3,000 with um 1,000 because we are converting to divide by 1,000, and which is going to give us a 3 meters. Okay, is that clear to everyone? So it's 3,000 divided by 1,000, and this is a square. Clear to everyone? Are we all happy? Okay. Now let's go to John. And they say John and his girlfriend drive from there. From where? From Oshon to Plattenberg Bay to visit his friend. And Annexure A shows a section of a map of the Southern Cape. And then let's go look at the map first. This is map. They say he's traveling from here to where? Latence Bay to here, over here. So he's traveling from here going there. Okay. All right. Now that we've seen where he's traveling to, let's hear the question. Let's see who's in here. We have Inako Mangaliso. Mangaliso,
Ma'am?
they say determine the probability for John and his girlfriend randomly take a plane from Outbound to Plattenberg.
Ma'am, I don't know how to do probability.
Don't know how to do probability. Okay. Um, Inako,
Ma'am, could you like give me about like 5 minutes just to calculate?
5 minutes. Um,
So two, is it fine? Two.
spider, I spider. Okay, guys, when you are looking at this map, how many airports do you see?
5, ma'am.
5. Where's the first one?
The one they coming from the Plattenberg Bay.
Here.
Oh, ma'am, there's two. Cause I thought those things are airports, but I see there's two airports.
So it's this one and this one.
Yes, ma'am.
So now that we've figured out the number of airports, what are the chances of them taking a flight to Platensburg Bay?
Ma'am, I assume it's 1/2.
1/2. 1/2. And let's see. Anybody else? Okay, guys. So for this one, it's not gonna be 1/2 spider because do you see that it's a distance from outshone to here. Like before they can randomly catch a flight, they have to travel from here to George, ne? Which doesn't really make sense because it's already a long distance. It doesn't make sense for them to travel all the way to here and then catch a flight to the right. So they cannot randomly take it because it's not anywhere closer to them, right? It's a bit far. It's like 60 kilometers away. You can see here, right? So it doesn't make sense for them to travel or to drive 60 kilometers and then again to travel for 70 and 35 kilometers, right? So the chances is going to be 0/2, 0/2, which is um no, no, no what? No, wait, what did they ask? The probability, there's no probability. Probability is 0. They cannot randomly take the plane because it's nowhere close to them. It's like 60%, 60 kilometers away from them. So they will need to have to plan it, right? They cannot randomly take it. If they want to fly, they will have to like think about it, right? Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's look at number two. They say name the national roads on which John will drive. National roads. Let's see. What are the national roads that John will drive?
Ma'am, I see the N9.
See the N9.
Ma'am, could you zoom out a little so I can see the top?
Where is the N9?
Man, wouldn't be the N12, and I don't know what that one at the top is, but I see the next main road, which is N12.
This one?
Yeah, but I don't see the one that's on top of it. I don't know what that says.
This one over here. It's also N12. These are N12s.
Oh, yeah. So the one main road they would take is the N12.
N12. Just N12. Anybody else? N12. Just N12.
No, ma'am. There's also N9.
N9. There's N9. This is N9 over here. But where does N9 take them? So you're gonna be taking N12 and then N9. Like a, where are they going? They're going up there. So they won't take N12. I mean N9 because N9 goes all the way to there, or it gives them option of going that way. Again, I guess it's an offering to there, but they're coming down here, so they won't use N9. Okay. What's happening? So they will also use N2 because mm, if you look here, they will use this road, and then again they connect with this one to go to um Platten Plattenberg Bay, which is N2. Do you see this N2, N2, N2? So it's going to be N12 and N2. All right. So it's up there. So the answer is going to be N12 and N2. Are we clear? So they won't take N9 because N9 does not go through there or does not pass through to there or does not take them to their final destination. Okay? We all good?
Yes.
Yes,
Right. And let's see. They say John and his girlfriend decided to rest after 130 kilometers from Oudsburn. Write down the name of the town. So they decided to stop after what? After 130 kilometers. Name the town. Eh, let's see. Hmm. They decided to stop after 130 kilometers. What is the name of the town now? What is the name of the town, Spider? Inako.
Ma'am, is the amount 130 kilometers.
Mm-hmm.
I
The distance.
tried I tried to calculate the distance like going to out Jordan, but like it doesn't give me that like 130 kilometers. So I'm now lost in between which town it is, you see.
Which town is it?
I calculated Mrs. Nice money, and I think this is nice money, which is like 35 kilometers, and then the CG field, which is 70 centimeters. And then I also calculated that 60 kilometers, but that one doesn't have like a formula. I mean, it doesn't have a name of a town, you see.
So they want to know if he is traveling from Outshon to Najna from here. I mean, sorry, to Plattenberg. Um, and then they decide to stop after 1:30. So that means they're gonna take this road, go down. And then when they get here, they go down with it to Najna. Okay. So now from here to here, from here to here. Let's do this from here to here is 60 kilometers, 60. And then if you look here to here, this distance over here, it's 70 kilometers. So if you add the two, 60 plus 60 plus 70, you'll get 130, 130 kilometers, all right? So
Yes,
now
ma'am.
here, and that means they're going to be stopping here, and then from here to here is 35, right? But that doesn't matter. But if they stop here, the name of the town is going to be Naizna. So that means they would have traveled for 60 kilometers going there, and then what is it? And then 70, and then the town will be Naizna. So the answer for this is going to be nice. Nor are we all good?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now they say the measured distance in a straight line between Outshorn and Plattenberg Bay is 92 millimeters. Determine the scale of the map. So they say when you use your ruler from Outshorn to here, oh, sorry, I'm just gonna try to wrap this so that this is as clear as possible. So they are saying you used your ruler to calculate the distance from here to here. Yes, from here to here. Okay. Um, and then you got what? Um, you got 92 millimeters. Is it 92 millimeters? Yes, you got 92 millimeters. So they say determine the scale of the map, and there's like 6 marks over here. So I'm just gonna give you guys, let's see, 5 minutes to complete this one over here. What you're gonna need is the answers, or the answer is gonna come from here, okay? Hmm, let's see. Okay, I'm just not sure. Are you guys able to see from Port Elizabeth to the Are you guys clear? I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes to answer this one. Are you guys clear? And your 5 minutes should start now. So that means by it's 37 now. That means by 43 you should be done. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Spider, you winning? Who's done? But how many of you are done? Lisa, Nomta, Inako, and Spider, you guys done. Excuse me. Nomta, As your 5 minutes is over, let's start with Mangali. So, what do you have? Okay, Inako, what do you have? Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what are you having? Where did you get stuck if you are stuck? Okay, guys.
Ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
uh, are we like, did we have to use the numbers at the top or one of them? The 4,500 kilometers to Cape Town or the 210 kilometers to Port Elizabeth? Or was it just like we had to use the stuff excluding that?
What did you use? How did you do it?
So, like, normally we're taught like we should use like a real life distance, and since we didn't have a 1 centimeter equals, I mean, 1 kilometer, I took the 210 because it made the most sense. Um, so I took
Okay,
the
so
210 kilometers and then I converted it into millimeters and I put it under the 92 millimeters and I got my answer and I rounded it off.
what is your answer?
My answer was 2,282,609 millimeters.
Okay, guys, this is what you're gonna do. So the distance from Outshon to Plattenberg is 165 kilometers, right? Like in actual is 165 kilometers because it's 60 kilometers plus 70 kilometers plus the 35 kilometers, right? We previously calculated the 60 and the 70 and it gave us 130. So 130 plus 35 is going to be 165. So it's that means then our ratio would be 92 millimeters is to 165 kilometers, right? This is in real life. So now we need to make sure that these are in same units. So we're going to convert the kilometers to millimeters, right? So that means we're going to say 92 millimeters is to 165. How do we convert the kilometers to millimeters? Do we divide or do we multiply?
We multiply.
We multiply. Okay. By a million. So it's going to be multiplied by million. One, two, three. Two, three. So that means now we're going to have what? We're going to have 92 millimeters is to one. 165 million millimeters, right? Millimeters, millimeters like that. But then now our ratio has to be in 1:2 whatever, right? So remember, in Alco, you just mentioned that usually you would have 1:1 million or 1 is to whatever. So that's basically what they want in this question. They want you to do. So now you're going to do what? You're going to divide both sides with 92 because you want to be left with 1:2 whatever, right? So you're going to
Yes,
divide
ma'am.
everything with 92. So you're going to say 92 divided by 92. That means it's going to be 1. And then we're going to say 165 million divided by 92. And how much do we get?
1,793,478 comma 26, and then rounding it off to like the nearest number is like 1,800,000.
Okay, so you're saying you have 1,793.
478 comma 26.
478,
Comma 26.
26. And then now you need to round it off because remember, you can't have it like this. You have to have like a rounded off number that's in hundreds, maybe in millions in this case, because we're dealing with. So it's going to be 1,800,000. Okay, so this is going to be our final answer. Did it make clear sense to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and this is it. Let's look at the last question. I think there was a last question. Yes, which is with this one over here. They say John departs from George at 13:38 and drives at an average speed of 100 kilometer per hour. John called his friend and says he will be in Plattenberg Bay by 14:41. Verify with calculations whether his timing are correct. You can use the following formula. Distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. Um, let's see. How are we going to do this?
First, ma'am, we have to find out the distance and the speed, right? The time, I mean.
I just want to bring this one over here. You said first we're gonna do what?
We're gonna find the distance and the time.
Distance and the time. Because this part is not gonna be useful anymore. I'm just gonna crop it so I can take it up there so you guys can be able to see everything at once. You guys able to see or should I move it a bit up? Sorry. Okay, so this is it. What did I do, guys? Yes. Okay, so this is everything that you're gonna need to calculate for this. What is it that we're gonna do now?
Ma'am, for distance, I said 70 plus 35, which gave me 105 kilometers. Yeah. And then for time, right? It said
Mm.
speed time. And then I said for time, in order to find the time, I said 105 kilometers divided by 100 kilometers per hour. And then it gave me 1 hour, which is 1 hour 5 minutes. You see, because in the calculator it says like 1,05. So like the five is stands for minutes, right? And then I said for order to find the time, I said 1 hour open brackets 0,05 times 60, which gave me 1 hour 3 minutes. And then in order to find out the arrival time, I said the isn't it there's an certain like the arrival time I used 1 hour 38 minutes past it, which plus that 1 hour 3 minutes which I got from the answer I just mentioned, which gives me two I think it's 9 minutes to 3, right? And meaning that he's correct. So like his calculations according to what I calculate are accurate, in other words.
That's absolutely correct. But I didn't get the part where you said it's 9 minutes to 3. Let's get into
Mm,
it. So what?
oh, okay, ma'am.
Okay. So remember the distance is time is equal to distance divided by speed. Okay. Sorry. It says distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. So now because we have what we have the distance and we also have, do you have the speed? Yes, we have the speed. And do we have the time? Do you have the time?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we do. So now the distance, let's try to work with the distance first. So from George to Plattenberg is 70 kilometers plus 35 kilometers, which is equal to 105 kilometers. So the distance to be traveled is 105 kilometers. And then now if we calculate the time, um we're gonna take what we're gonna take. Remember, we can use this formula over here to make time time the subject of the formula. So the distance divided by speed is equal to time. Okay, is equal to time. So now that we have the distance, which is 105, is it? Yes, 105 kilometers. And then we divide it by the speed, which is what? Which is 100 kilometers per hour. Is going to be, how much is it? 105 divided by that is
05.
1,05. It's gonna be hours, okay? Because the time to be traveled is in hours. So it's going to be 1,05 hours. So the time that is going to be traveled is 1,05 hours. And now let's see the time. Um, the time is this one over here that we just calculated, which is what? Which is uh 1 hour. We want to know what is 0,5 of an hour. I mean 0,05 of an hour because we know that 1 hour is already 60 minutes, right? So we want to know how many minutes. It's 0.5. So we're going to say 0.05 multiplied by 60. How much is it gonna be?
3, ma'am.
3. So that means it's 3 minutes. Okay. So it's 1 hour and 3 minutes. The 1.05 hours, 1 hour, 3 minutes. So the time that is going to be traveled is 1 hour, 3 minutes. And then now what you can do is say, they said what? They said it's gonna be traveling from 1338. You can add the 13 um and 38 with 1 hour and 3 minutes. So it's going to be 13, no, it's going to be 13 and 38 plus 1 hour and 3 minutes. So 3 plus 8 is 11, and then we're going to have 4, and then we're going to have 4, and then we're going to have 4. So the time of arrival is going to be 14:41. And then he's saying he's going to be there by 14:41, which is, or around that, which is correct. So now we can say John's what estimation is correct. Is that clear to everyone? Um, that means my camera. Okay, any question?
No, ma'am.
Okay, cool, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening and your week at school next week. Bye, guys.
Bye, ma'am.
Uh,